Good morning. Tuesday morning. I have not vlogged since I came back from California. I've been drowning trying to catch up with everything, but we're starting again. Heading to Proof HQ today for the day, meeting a friend early this morning, Tali, who's been on the vlog, who actually I would say was a major component in me starting to vlog. After that, I'm meeting Woozi, Krieger, an old friend, for lunch. He's the VP Marketing of Stratascale, one of the hottest enterprise companies in Israel. So all in all, it's gonna be a great day. Super rushed, way overslept. Let's do this. Made it bright and early, 10 to 8 in the morning, to the Arena Mall in Herzliya where I'm meeting Tali. 8 o'clock meeting, 8 a.m. That just goes to show you how much I like her, because not many people I'd meet at 8 a.m. I got a haircut. He took it nice and short. What? So we're taking off here. Can you see the screen or it's too glary? So the DJI Go app is updating, and then we're gonna do some droning that away. What's up, Tali?
What's up, Hillel?
How you doing? It's been a while.
Yeah.
But look at you all vlogging. It's a heavy camera.
This camera is so heavy.
You're zoomed in. Hold on a second.
I can't even hold this without shaking.
Look how wide lens that is. Come on, hold it like, what are you talking about? Come on. What?
I can't.
Who are you?
It's too heavy.
You're on the wrong side. You know, I usually do. Let's do it like this. Who are you?
I'm Tali.
Yeah.
Guetta.
What do you do?
I'm a product manager at Nanit.
Nanit.com. NANIT.com?
Yes.
What do you guys...
Smart baby monitor. So if your baby's not sleeping too well at night, you want to check this out.
Awesome. Now we're gonna go droning. We are sitting in the very noisy Proof office. So I'm sitting in a meeting, literally, I'm just sitting in a meeting just now with Joanne, from the marketing department. We're just sitting, and all of a sudden I lift up my head. I'm like, who the heck just came into the Proof office? Like a mega superstar. And one of the first people I ever interviewed on my vlog, ever, literally.
I hope I'm not the last.
No, you're not the last, but you're literally one of the first, and it is an honor, and I'm super happy that I'm seeing you today. But who are you? Tell me who you are.
Who am I?
All right, we have 4 minutes of casual interviewing. You got to tell me your entire story in 4 minutes.
My
challenge
entire
accepted?
story. Wow, challenge accepted. Oh my God, accepted.
Okay, who are you?
I'm, first of all, Accelerators.
I was going to say, I called you Samar first. I didn't realize it was Fuld. I guess in Hebrew.
No, it's first. Yeah, בעברית Fuld.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so as you can understand, I'm Tzameret Fuld and Tzameret Fuld. I'm Israeli-American.
Okay.
Chetzi.
I don't know what that means.
Schizophrenic.
Me too. Half American, half Israeli. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and for many years I thought that was the disadvantage because I didn't know Hebrew good enough, I didn't know English good enough, until I realized that I don't just speak both languages fluently, I totally embody both cultures.
Interesting. That's a discussion I'd love to continue, but first I wanted to, because you know what, listen, I'm sorry, maybe I say a lot of people that they're stars, but what you've done, honestly, come on, let's just be honest here, what you've done is actually mind-blowing. Like, I'm gonna sell you. How about that? Can I sell you? May I?
Tell me what I have done.
Okay, so I am minding my own business at this conference. I'd say it was, a year and a half ago? I don't know what, the Geek Time conference.
A year ago, yep.
And, this woman gets up on stage to start the conference, and I'm like, oh, okay, probably some woman, and I don't know, whatever. I didn't have high expectations, low expectations. I didn't know what to expect. And then she opened her mouth and started to talk. And I want to tell you that I walked over to Samara after her talk, and I'm like, I heard a lot of public speakers. Put aside for one second the content, and we'll talk about that in a second, but your actual speaking abilities, your stage presence, what's the word? It's your ability to just own the stage is unparalleled, and I'm not just saying that, I mean it, honestly. I said it to you then, and I'm saying it again.
Hear it from you.
Now let's talk about for 1 second what this woman has done. So you expect me to be like, she's done some AI stuff, some social media stuff. She built a device.
Do I need to be here? Can I just get out of the frame?
How about you just correct me if I say this wrong?
You own the frame.
Tell me if I say this wrong. You developed a device.
It's not me, it's
your company.
Company?
Okay, I'm sorry.
The entrepreneur was the CEO, but I don't take credit for...
Your company developed a device, a hardware device, that performs male circumcision with no blood, with no surgery, with, I would say, minimal medical training, with no pain, and lowers?
Let's start from the rationale, okay? Because that doesn't sound very sexy.
Well, yeah,
maybe with a guy with a kippah talking about blatantly loud.
No, but hold on. Well, let's talk about, okay, so the rationale, and I'm going to shut up and let Samara talk in a second, is that male circumcision lowers the chances of HIV/AIDS in Africa, which is obviously a tremendous plague. And I'm going to shut up in a second, but the very concept that you were able to perform a surgical procedure with no blood, no pain, basically is crazy.
Basically transformed a surgical procedure into a non-surgical procedure. But really the rationale and what got me into it is, I'm a social entrepreneur. And about 7 years ago, the United Nations, the World Health Organization, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the United States government, and the World Bank agreed on a pact to circumcise 20 million adult men over the next few years. And if that is accomplished, they will save roughly 3.5 million lives.
Wow.
And $16.5 billion in long-term healthcare costs. And that is following clinical evidence proving that a circumcised man in sub-Saharan Africa reduces his lifetime risk of HIV infection by roughly 70%.
Wow, okay? That's a number.
So, long story short, we've sold over, it's a crazy entrepreneurial journey, but we've sold over 1 million devices, and it's being implemented in all 13 target countries.
What is
in Africa.
What is this device? Like, what does it look like? What is it?
Well, if you didn't just pull me from the entrance, I
literally
pulled out of my
twisted her arm like you're getting on camera right now. It's not every day you see people.
No,
like
but what I really want to emphasize is today what I do, and you saw me on stage, because today what I do is I speak for organizations all around the world about what it really takes to make a vision become a global commercial reality. Everybody thinks today that things have to happen instantaneously.
Right. All ADD, right? The ADD generation, I call it, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And the world really hasn't changed. The only thing that has changed is our capacity to contain messages and contain information and to have patience. Real, meaningful things take time and perseverance and patience and hard work and blood, sweat, and tears.
You know the mother of ADD is, right?
Me?
You're looking at him. You're looking at him. You're going to try to sell me on patience.
You can be the father of ADD. Okay. I am the mother.
Fine. All right. Well, selling me on patience is a lost cause. But I hear what you're saying. But okay, let me just be very clear. Because you just named the Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation, the UN, and everyone else that you just named. These are your customers. Meaning they decided they're going to circumcise, but they actually purchased the device.
Yes, not all of them are the customers, but they are the stakeholders in the process. Some of them are responsible for implementation. Some of them are responsible for funding. Some of them are responsible for getting the men in the door. There are different responsibilities.
Name that list again. Melinda and Gates Foundation.
It's the United Nations, UNAIDS, the World Health Organization, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the United States government through its PEPFAR arm, and the World Bank. Those are the 5 multilateral organizations that got together to agree on this pact.
And support you. Let's just say this, they're supporting you. In one way or another, they're supporting your vision.
They are supporting the vision to save millions of lives in Africa, and our device is what will enable them to get there and do it fast.
The vehicle. Okay, can I just tell you something?
Yeah.
On camera, you're a little too humble for me. We gotta work on you. Honestly, fine, you don't want to call them customers, all right, I get it. But at the end of the day, you're again, we know what I think of you, you take this with a grain of salt. You're some random woman in Israel with a crazy freaking dream, and you built this thing being supported by the world's largest organizations, and the world's largest entrepreneurs, and the world's largest names and brands and people.
Let me tell you, that was not an easy ride to getting them on.
I cannot even, I honestly cannot even imagine.
You're talking about, first of all, a little white Western woman trying to persuade grown African men to go through a procedure on their male organ, and you're trying to persuade those who are funding it to get on board because these are the most conservative people on the planet.
Right.
And you have to get them on board with groundbreaking innovation.
How long does the procedure take of the actual circumcision?
Oh, less than 5 minutes. It's 2 minutes to place. The gentleman will wear it for a week and do everything as usual.
No blood.
No needles, no blood, no sterile settings. It's virtually no pain. Compared to surgery, you can't even compare. I mean, I held the hand of hundreds of men who went through this procedure, and it's only the removal is 2 seconds of pain and then done. And everybody says, but you're a woman saying that.
Yeah. Who can actually do this procedure? What kind of training do they need?
That's actually the most important element. In order for this to be scalable, it has to be delivered. Let's take Rwanda, just for perspective. Okay, Rwanda has around 11 million population.
Right.
For 11 million, they have 582 physicians. Okay, and amongst them 2 urologists. but they have 5,000 nurses spread out in clinics throughout the country.
Got it. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. So in order for it to be scalable, you have to be able to trickle it down to the lowest cadre of nurses that are not surgically trained. And this has been proven in multiple studies as safe in the hands of nurses.
And I'm just going to sum up because I got to go to
3 days of training, by the way.
3 days of training. There's the kicker. But I just want to sum up one thing when I say I'm going to say the following sentence to sum this up. You're watching this. You've seen Israeli innovation. You've read about Israeli innovation. A lot of times people think of Israeli innovation. They think of big data, cybersecurity, some consumer, some maybe autonomous driving, Mobileye, right? Waze. You know, there's a lot of different verticals. But Israeli innovation transcends verticals.
There's something unique about this company that I believe is reflective in general, and it's the convergence between tikkun olam, an age-old Jewish value, and literally our responsibility to repair the world and make it a better place.
The world, I would say.
It's okay. Enhance the world. I like that.
Repair is more negative.
So but if you take that convergence point between an age-old Jewish value and contemporary Israeli culture and the Israeli ecosystem and the desire to innovate to make the world a better place, and kind of those two converge in a very precise way in Prepex, in this device. And I think that is my message to the world when I speak on stages all around the world. You know, as a humble ambassador of what I believe Israeli innovation is all about.
If people want to learn more about this company or contact you, whether it's investors, whether it's the press, whatever, how do they do that? What's the best way to get in touch?
On my LinkedIn, on my Facebook.
So it's T-Z-A-M-E-R-E-T. That's T-Z-A-M-E-R-E-T. That's Tameret. Now F-U-E-R-S-T.
First.
Sorry. Easy way to remember it. F-U-E-R-S-T. First. Okay. So, I mean, honestly, go to YouTube. Just do yourself a favor. Go to YouTube and watch some of her talks. Because I'm telling you, the last time I was that inspired by a speaker who had such presence was Gary Vee. You know Gary Vaynerchuk? Whoa. It's big shoes. He just launched his own pair of sneakers literally 5 minutes ago. I gotta go to lunch. This was awesome. Keep changing the world. You know, people say they're changing the world. She's changing the world.
I want to be a catalyst to create millions of others that will change the world by showing them really that how they need to persevere to make meaningful things happen. Today, I'm a catalyst for others.
Love it. Thank you. Going to Bistro 56, one of my favorite restaurants, to meet Woozi Krieger, VP Marketing of Stratascale, old childhood friend and one of the top marketers in Israel. Did you ever see a portobello mushroom in wine sauce filled with delicious beef? Check this out. The main. How was that food?
Steak was divine.
Dude, how long do we know each other, man?
Since you were throwing water balloons at kids in school.
Is that a real story?
A real story, man.
I have zero recollection of that.
Of course.
What are you talking about? I was a bully?
Nah.
Me?
We won't tell anybody.
It's not a laughing matter. Don't be bullies.
We won't tell anybody.
Okay, cool.
Kids, hope you're not listening.
Who are you?
Woozi Krieger.
Woozi Krieger. You are working now. We talk about what you do? We don't want to talk about it. All right, I would say there are some founders in this country that are true legends. So you're founder and CEO. Who's he?
Ariel Meisels.
Sold his last company. What's the name of the company? Annabit to a fruit company.
Small company, yeah.
Fruit company.
Yeah.
In Cupertino.
Yeah.
Right. So he sold this company to Apple, and now he's building a company called Stratascale, VP Marketing. Stratascale in one elevator pitch, one sentence. Hit me. What is
Cloud services for any enterprise.
Cloud services for any enterprise. So take your old school servers, migrate them to the cloud, I guess in a very seamless manner.
Well, you can actually have the same capabilities you have in the cloud in your own data center.
Okay, now you're getting too geeky for me.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Well, that was a good lunch. It was awesome to catch up. Let's not wait another 2 years, man. And yeah, man, it's always fun to catch up. Next time we'll do a sit-down interview. I'm told.
Next time we're doing it working out.
I don't know about that. Dude, this guy runs 80 kilometers a week. Bonkers. I can't even run 80 meters a week. But yeah, I was told these walking interviews aren't good. So next time we're gonna do it sitting down.
All right.
I gotta run back to the HQ and we'll talk later.
Sounds good.
Thanks, man. I made it to Serona Market, meeting Aaron Harris, partner at Y Combinator. He's here for a couple of days. He squeezed me in between meetings, half an hour meeting. The guy is somewhat of a big deal. An awesome guy with zero ego. Very excited to meet him. I'm going to WeWork now, but I'm meeting him at Samsung afterwards, so I have an hour to kill at WeWork. The entire world is there, basically, so I'm looking forward to bumping into friends and stuff. You don't walk into WeWork Serona and not bump into the whole world here.
No, you don't. No.
I knew this would happen, but I didn't think it would happen so fast. As I walk in, I bump into this guy, who ironically enough, I actually don't know from the tech world. How do we know each other?
I would say from shul, actually.
Yeah, from synagogue,
sure.
but also because he's my younger brother's good friend, right?
Went to go to both high school and Golani.
Look at that, you were in the army and high school, my brother.
And, yeah.
So that's where I know this guy. But since then, he's become somewhat of a rock star. How old are you, if I may ask?
32.
32 years old, and he is partner at JVP, one of the, I would say, largest names in Israeli venture capital. One of the, I would say, I don't know.
Second largest, I think.
Second largest from what, from like returns perspective?
In terms of and assets under management.
Awesome. Also one of the
your objective, I would say, if it would be the best performing one too, but don't take my word for it.
That's an objective metric. Right?
They are ranking. Check on Preqin the top 10 consistently performing VCs in the world. Actually,
I thought Glilot was one of them. No.
Glilot, first of all, Glilot is an awesome fund. Their first fund vintage, I think 2013, is best of its category practically. We are about 24-year-old fund. As you mentioned, one of the first 10 VCs in Israel.
Wow.
And in the parameter of consistency and performance, so not just one single fund, but every single fund over 24 years of existence.
Wow.
Ranking as one of the top 10 worldwide consistently performing VCs, for what it's worth.
Dude, you're like a selling machine.
I'm telling you, that's what we do all day.
Wait, so...
Sometimes forget that just like they have to raise money, we have to raise money too. So we have our own pitch deck, and we have our own...
It's true. I think entrepreneurs don't realize that.
We hear that sometimes. We don't know how hard it is to raise money, and we have like Fiona or someone else, in the room. By the way, who was just promoted general partner. We have 2 new GPs in our fund, so that's gonna be a good place to do a shout out for Yoav and Fiona.
Awesome.
After I think an average of about 9 years of the fund, and after tons of value exit and a lot of money raised.
Partners also, it shouldn't be a big deal, but it is.
Should not, but it is, and she's definitely a major player in our fund. So,
I love it. Okay, so
good stuff.
Okay, so tell me we talked about what makes it unique, one of the best returns, one of the oldest, but if I'm an entrepreneur, why should I come to JVP to get my money? To get your money, I should say.
It's actually really simple in a way. We invest more money and more time in less companies. Our entire model is based on the fact that for each one of our companies, we are at least 1, if not 2 board seats, and not because we don't like the.
I didn't even ask you your name. Who are you?
My name is Jonathan. I'm 32 years old from Jerusalem. I'm married for 9 years, 2 kids.
How rude of me.
New York. My wife's from New York. Medalia alone, by the way. Back in the day, she has 2 sisters here.
Wait, what'd you say about Aliyah?
I said my wife made originally Aliyah by herself when she was 19. When you come to us, you know one thing: we're gonna be very involved. So if you just want a VC, you're gonna be sitting on the bench,
just
on
want
the
to check,
side. Forget about it. But if you want a real extension to your company, especially at times when others are going to give up, I think for good and for bad, we're usually the last man standing. The last VCs to buy out the other VCs and to keep believing in companies. We lost loads of money like that.
Our children watch it. Can you watch your language, please?
We also made the biggest pots just this way.
I love it. Can you give me off the top? I don't know if you can, because it might not be diplomatic or politically correct to name some of your portfolio companies and not others, but can you give me some of your big wins?
The ones we already exited?
Exited or doing incredibly well? Or
I'm pretty sure about 4 of the largest single returns for VC in Israel came out of our fund. CyberArk.
Okay. Acquired by who?
IPO. Best performing IPO on the NASDAQ in 2014.
Wow.
We held 40% of the company post-IPO.
Wow.
We reached over $2 billion market cap at some point.
Amazing.
That's a pretty big win. We're the largest shareholder in Altera that was sold to Sony for over $200 million. $500 million, close to $500 million exit to Avago. We held a nice share of Psyoptics as well, and many more happy ones. Currently in our portfolio, if you want to follow some companies, then I would guess Tetaray, Morphisec, NSL.com, really cool satellite company I would really recommend, mainly because my first investment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's pretty geeky. So are there any verticals that you do not go near?
Yeah, we don't do clean tech. To date, we haven't done hardcore medical device, though we do look at health and I guess the less hardcore FDA wise on the health side.
Do you have one office just in Jerusalem? Or even
Yerushalayim, Beersheba, and stay tuned.
Beersheba? Why Beersheba?
Well, Ariel Margarit, who founded our fund, actually just came back from politics after years of being a Chaver Knesset. He quit the Israeli parliament, and he just came back to our fund as a chairman, who was founding.
How big is the team?
Overall, the investment is about 15 people, I would say.
That's not so big.
In addition to at least another 10.
Dude, it's really cool that you're a partner, man.
Thank you. Just to finish about the periphery, I think it's important. I think JVP, one more thing that sets it apart is the fact that we're not in Tel Aviv, we're not in Herzliya. We actually really believe in helping other areas and other sectors in Israel grow. We have an incubator in Haifa dedicated for Arab. We work closely with Kamatech and a few other Haredi.
The organization that brings brings ultra-Orthodox Jews into tech.
And a few other such organizations. I think we're the most diverse fund in Israel, I would say. And we're located in two of the largest cities in Israel, but two of the poorest cities in Israel. And I think that's definitely part of our agenda.
That's true, although you can't deny the fact that Jerusalem's becoming somewhat of a tech hub itself.
It is, and it's amazing, because after 24 years of being there, at least the first maybe 17 or 18 of those years being really, at long periods of time, the only thing related to tech.
I feel like there's a big but coming. I was about to say but.
No, I'm saying so it's amazing, but
There you go.
no, but that's after years of not being there. So with that, the consistency and investment year after year of making entrepreneurs come to see us in Yerushalayim, and everybody thinks we're crazy. It's the most amazing and fulfilling feeling to see it happening now and seeing Jerusalem rise like this. Proves on us to not just have new startups and events and amazing stuff, but also grow big local companies. And I think LA is a very, very good example of a city that over the years have managed to create these awesome local successes that are now, generating.
You said you're 32?
Yeah.
32 years old and a partner at one of the biggest VCs in Israel. What are you going to do when you're 40?
Be Hillel, what do you mean? What else can you...
Well played, sir. Well played. I was 39 yesterday.
I was close then. 40.
One more year, man. It's completely nuts.
No,
That's
listen,
amazing,
the
dude.
cool thing about VC is that you always invest in the future. So I think it's one of these jobs, hopefully so, that should, by its nature and design, never get boring.
You hear that? You having a good time?
At last.
It's amazing. All right, listen, one request. When you're like, hot shot, just don't forget the little people, okay?
Yeah, look who's talking, yeah.
B. Thanks, dude. Heading to Samsung next to meet the great Aaron Harris from Y Combinator. He's speaking here to a larger group at 6, but he squeezed me in before his talk, so I'm super pumped to meet him. We're here in Sarona Market, doing my first ever stand-up interview. This is like a stand-up meeting. I've never actually done this.
But it's
format.
our second interview, so I feel like
True.
it's a...
Last time we did Facebook Live, right?
I think so.
I guess this shows the trends of the world.
Your gear has gotten nicer.
That's true. That's a fair point. So who are you?
My name's Aaron Harris. I'm a partner at Y Combinator.
Okay, so 2 questions to ask you. 99% of the people watching this will know what Y Combinator is, but first I want you to tell me what is Y Combinator, and second of all, I want you to answer me what the hell the word Y Combinator means and where it came from.
Okay.
That name.
So we are an accelerator. We invest in very early stage businesses and we help them get bigger, hopefully.
Okay.
We invest in companies from all over the world in all kinds of industries. We've invested in supersonic jets and biotech and consumer software and B2B and enterprise, and then lots of other things.
Give me before you go on, because you've had some massive wins. Give me some massive wins.
Airbnb is one of ours.
Small little company. Yes.
Stripe, Dropbox, Machine Zone.
I love Stripe.
Stripe's a good company.
So they were here recently.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I was hanging out with Lauren. I don't know if you know Lauren Topolsky.
I don't.
Anyway, she's I think she was on the marketing team, I want to say.
Okay,
anyway,
cool.
Go on, yes.
And what is Y Combinator? A Y Combinator is a kind of combinator that is a function that interprets other functions.
Yeah, you lost me completely. But
it's kind of a nerd joke.
Yeah, okay.
Because we're a startup that helps other startups.
I hear. Okay, so Paul Graham started this thing.
Yes, well, Paul Graham, Jessica Livingston, Robert Morris, and Trevor Blackwell.
So we're gonna put Paul Graham aside right now because Paul Graham is a legend in the tech world, but he is the only person on Twitter to have blocked me. How does this all work? Let's say I'm Israeli. I want to go to Y Combinator. What happens?
So we have an open application process. You do not need to know us. I'm here this week meeting startups, but just because I like to do that.
Okay.
You don't need to know us. You don't need to know anyone. You just fill out our open application. That's how most of our companies get in.
YCombinator.com.
Yeah, /apply. And we get all these applications. We look through them actually kind of all the time. We have 2 main times where you apply.
Probably get thousands, right?
About 7,000 at a time.
At a time? Meaning for every
For
batch?
like each batch, we get about 7,000.
7,000 applications. There are a lot of startups.
But we
in the world.
interview about 500 of them. So we actually interview quite a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and we read every application. Every application gets read multiple times.
Wow.
By both alums, and then some set of those get read by the partners.
How early potentially would you take on a company?
We'll fund everything from 2 people with an idea up through a company. Yeah.
Literally, I have an idea on a
Or
napkin.
1 person with an idea too.
A person has an idea on a napkin that's not off limits for you guys?
No,
It's
if
unbelievable.
we think that the founder is good enough and the idea is interesting enough, all we care about is a founder plus an idea is a multi-billion-dollar company.
Wow. Okay,
Or
so
could be.
let's say I
Who knows?
have an idea on a napkin. I come to Y Combinator. What do I get? What are the terms? How does this all work?
We invest $120,000 for 7% of the company, and we continue to invest in the companies throughout their lives. So we actually invest pro rata in every company in every round.
Okay,
up until certain.
But here's the thing: $120,000 for 7% of the company is, by all means, a reasonable term. That's not aggressive. I've heard much worse.
Yeah.
But your $120,000 is, I will say, dwarfed. Is that a word?
Sure. It is a Absolutely.
by the value that you provide your companies. Meaning,
I hope so.
No, come on. Anybody that knows, I mean anybody that, I was going to say anybody that knows Y Combinator, but everybody knows Y Combinator because you're by far not only the first accelerator in the world, but by far the best accelerator in the world. And we both have many friends who have accelerators, you know, not dissing on NFX, we love NFX, the Microsoft Accelerator, Upwest Labs, there are so many of them, they're all amazing. And I love you guys. YC has, you know, it's kind of like the Red Bull of the accelerator world. How do you like that? Does that work for you?
Is that a compliment?
Yeah, they're kind of, because
I guess Red Bull is the leader of the energy drink.
right, there are many energy drinks, but
We
there's only
could
one
use
that
our
matters.
own airplanes and our own stunt plane competition. I think that would be really good for
But
our
think
brand.
about it, there are many energy drinks in the world,
Sure.
there's only one that matters, right?
Sure.
Right. So YC, you've become the,
Monster is surprisingly large.
okay.
You know, but anyway.
Okay.
No, look.
We can talk
there's-
about energy drinks.
Look, there's a lot of different accelerators in the world. There's a lot of different ways to build your business. There's a lot of different funding. I don't think any accelerator is necessary or sufficient for building a great company. I don't think venture capital is necessary or sufficient.
Wait, you don't think it's
one path.
necessary?
Or sufficient.
Sufficient, I get. What do you mean you don't think it's necessary?
I don't think it's necessary to raise venture capital to build a billion-dollar company.
Do you think it's necessary to raise funding at all?
No.
I mean, for every one company that can bootstrap to $1 billion company, I mean, that's really
I'm not saying it's easy. I don't think MailChimp ever raised money.
Really? MailChimp never raised money?
Don't think so.
I did not know that.
And built it up by himself.
That is, wow.
Yeah, it came out of a
Incredible.
consulting company that he was running.
Well, I gotta tell you, there are several companies in this country. They're not unicorns yet, but they're pretty freaking successful, profitable, businesses like Fitness 22 Advisor, which makes fitness apps, but they haven't raised a dime. Home Talk, which is the world's largest DIY community, sitting in Jerusalem, massive growth, haven't raised a dime. Advisor. I got the disclosure thing, you know how it works. Anyway, so bottom line is, I'm gonna let you go because you could talk in 2 minutes. My phone's ringing too. But listen, first of all, you gotta come back more often.
I agree.
Second of all, I'm going to send you, I'm seeing endless companies here that I feel could definitely value from the YC program. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Program? But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you guys got to just keep doing what you're doing because, I mean, again, you're in a league of your own. So it's super awesome. And I love that you're in Israel. I love that you're looking at Israel. I love that you want Israeli entrepreneurs. That makes me happy.
Well, I got to come back here to see family every once in a while. So
That's awesome.
It's
You actually, you have family here?
a lot, yeah.
Where?
In Petah Tikva, in Yerushalayim, in Tel Aviv,
What happened here? Wow.
Tanya,
All over the place.
Yeah.
Have you been to Petah Tikva? What's going on with my notification? People, I'm interviewing an important person here. Have you been to Petah Tikva lately?
Last time was a year ago.
Did you go to Gems Beer Factory?
No.
Okay.
I heard it's really good.
This is
When my aunt and uncle moved to Petah Tikva, they moved to their building.
Yeah.
And their building, they lived on the top floor. There's a street and then orange groves. You go into their apartment now, you look out, you can't see the end of the city.
Wow.
It's awesome.
You need to go to Gems Beer Factory.
I've heard it's so good.
It is. Are you a beer guy?
Yes.
Okay. Gems Beer Factory. The beer is awesome. The food is incredible. When you go there,
Yeah.
you ask for Jeremy. He's the owner of the place. Tell him Hillel sent you.
Okay.
I promise you, you
I'll
will
have to get there.
You may pee in your pants from laughing so hard. The guy is hilarious. You know what? I don't want to build it up. When you
Okay,
go there,
yeah,
you're having a great
Jeremy
time.
is
You have your talk soon. Thank you very much for this.
Good to see you,
Awesome to see you.
Thanks for
I
having
guess
me.
till next year, right?
I hope so. I hope
Well,
sooner,
hopefully
but
sooner.
we'll see.
Yeah. Great.
We'll see.
Awesome. Thanks, dude.
Bye.
Well, I haven't vlogged in a few days. What a day to choose to come back to vlogging. What an insane day today was. I think, honestly, out of the last 102 episodes of this vlog today, you got to see the most amount of remarkable people and also just the highest level of entrepreneurship and innovation in Israel. So yeah, today was a pretty great day. Tomorrow is a little more chill. I have I-24 News, a weekly I-24 News segment, meeting a really close friend of mine, Aviv, who is probably the only person I know on planet Earth to have driven an Aston Martin DB11. He used to review cars for one of the main TV channels in Israel, and he's an entrepreneur now. Super excited to see him. Meeting an old friend named Talia, who does marketing and biz dev for Powtoon. We'll interview her as well. And yeah, tomorrow's a pretty chill day, but it's going to be a good one. Today was epic. See you tomorrow.